What's up? All right, so talking about text and editing text in Illustrator and Photoshop. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about artboards because a lot of the things that we're looking at have got multiple artboards, and I don't want that to throw you when you find it. But talking about text first, text really works a lot along the same ways as it does in anything else. Um, Looking at Illustrator first, Illustrator obviously is .ai files, so it really whichever file it is, you click on it, it's going to open the right program, whether it's a .ai for Illustrator or .psd for Photoshop. The text tool works really the same way in both of them. There's two kinds of text, and I'll show them both to you. And I don't really remember the names of them. But I'm going to call this first one line text. I'm going to press on the text button over here, the type tool. And any text that you see, you just click on it, and it is now editable. So work on it just like you do a regular text document, that kind of stuff. Two different types of text. There's only one here. I'll show you the other one in another document. This is inline text, which essentially means it's just a line, right? So if I keep adding stuff, it's never going to wrap. It is just like a line of text that works as an individual element. Here you'll see that this is all one block, just different kinds of text. It's just a matter of like there's a space in here and that kind of stuff. So that's it. When you're done with it, just click off of it. I click on this black arrow up here. It's sort of your general thing in Illustrator to do that. Just click off of it and you're good. So that's it in really an Illustrator with inline text. Photoshop works a lot the same way. If you look here and click on the text tool again, there's another thing of line text. You can tell line text because there's no box around it. It's just lines, right? If I add stuff here, it's just going to keep going. It's not going to wrap around or anything like that. There's no parameters to it. Works the same way, except when I'm done, instead of clicking on something up here, I'm going to click this check mark right here, and that'll lock it back down. Up here, we've got text boxes, which really works even more like what you're used to in like a word processor. Because if you see, as I go here, it's going to wrap, drop everything down, and that kind of stuff. So that's really the only two differences there between the two. If you need to adjust the space of it, you can, and everything will just wrap as it is. Now it's going to get funky like it did just then if you do that. If you ever mess anything up and want to go back to what you want to do, instead of hitting this X mark or this check mark right here, just hit the close button. You can obviously always just undo. All right. So that's really about it to text. It's really pretty simple in both Photoshop or in Illustrator. But now you need to know like how to get out of it. You'll notice that both of these files, I've got different versions of the same thing. This is the buyer and seller sheet. I've just got different versions, got each person's name on it. They're all in one Photoshop file. If you go back to look at this Illustrator file, these are the business cards. They're all in one AI file, right? It's good. It helps keep everything just sort of together, and in this case, reminds me of who all we've got and that kind of stuff. But getting them out is a little more complicated than just doing a save as. And what you'll need to do is do an export, and that works differently in both of these, but it's simple enough. Back to Photoshop. I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to go File. Instead of Save As, I'm going to go to Export. And here I'm looking for Save Artboards to Files. Now what this will do is take each individual artboard, save it to its own file. Right? Works pretty simple. I'm just going to browse to wherever I want it. Blah, 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 blah. You get to pick file type, either PNG or JPEG. Enough of the differences there. For the most part, it doesn't really matter. With Photoshop particularly, I'm going to want to make sure that Export Selected Artboards is unchecked. Because if I've got one artboard checked, for instance, just check, or selected rather here, at this guy, I go File, Export, Artboards to Files, and this guy's clicked, it's only going to send that one out. And I very rarely want that to be the case. I mostly want to send all of them out. So I'll just do that and then run it, and there we go. So then that's how we export. It'll export 16 different files, JPEGs, and then you'll have the working AI to save, or PSD to save. In Illustrator, pretty much the same way. You've got all this kind of good stuff. I want to export these guys. I'm going to go File, Export, and here I'm just going to export as. And here is where I'm going to choose to use Artboards. Okay, I can now do all of them, or I can do a range. I can just do number 7 if I wanted to, or I can do 3 to 6, whatever. Okay, it's just, and it's asking me where again. Export. Again, here I'm going to pick the formatting and all that kind of stuff, and we're good to go. Cancel out of that. So that's it. Hope this makes sense. Later. Bye.